Good morning. Thank you for joining me. We are continuing our lessons in Unit 2, and today we're looking at 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication using the distributive property. Now, at first when you're using the distributive property, it does look a little complicated, but bear with me, and if you do it step by step, the more you do it, the more sense it will make, and you will see how it's foundational to using the standard algorithm. Let's start out with a problem that is similar to your homework problems, but not exactly the same. Let's take 32 times 53. Okay, now when we use the distributive property, we are going to break down our numbers into expanded form. For instance, 32 can break down into 30 plus 2. So we're looking at place value to break this down. Put that in parentheses. And then we have our multiplication sign. And 53 is 50 plus 3. Do you see how we broke that down by place value? We looked at the 3 in the ones place, the 5 in the tens place. 5 tenths is 50. Okay, now we're going to do our multiplication. And so what we're going to do first is we're going to multiply the 30 times the 50. So let's do that. Well, let's write it down. Let's not actually do it. It's better to write it down and then do the actual solving after you're done writing it down. Otherwise, it's just can be very confusing. So we did the 30 times 50. Now we do the 30 times 3. So let's write that out. 30 multiplied by 3. So now we're going to do 2 times 50. And then we're going to do the last one, 2 times 3. So it's pretty much very methodical. Do you see how we did that? We did the 30 times the first term and the second factor, and then 30 times the second term. Then we did 2 times the first term and 2 times the second term. Then we added all together. These are all partial products. So 30 times 50. Well, I know that 3 times 5 is 15. And I've got 2 zeros here, so I'm going to put those in. 3 times 3 is 9, so 30 times 3 is 90. 2 times 5 is 10. And I like to write that out first and then see how many zeros are left. Otherwise, it's easy to get mixed up on how many zeros to add. But it's pretty, you might know already that 2 times 50 is going to be 100. And then 2 times 3 is 6. So these are our partial products. And rather than add them right here, because I'm getting a little bit out of room, I'm going to move them up here. And so I have 1500. I'm going to write that again. That looks like it's a different number. 1500 plus 90 plus 100 plus 6. And you might be saying, oh, some of this I can do in my head. Like I could just write 196 instead of 90 plus 100 plus 6. And you're right. You absolutely could do that. I'm writing this out to show you the procedure. So add this up and make sure when you write this down, you do it vertically and then you line your place values up. Ones all in the ones, tens in the tens, hundreds in the hundreds, and thousands in the thousands. So 6 ones, 9 tens, 6 hundreds, and 1,000. Now I have my cat that just decided to hop on work, and so that always makes things more interesting. So our total product, which is the sum of our partial products, is 1,696. So I would write this up here, 1,696. I like to put a box around my answers, although I did it here, just so that, you know, actually I want to write it here too, so that when I'm looking at it, I can find the answer right away. And I actually like to put arrows in. They help keep me from getting mixed up. Thank you for joining me, and our next lesson we're going to continue looking at multiplication, and thank you for joining me.